welcome back to HR Lounge. And today is a special edition, right? As we're still in the Women's Month. So, happy International Women's Day, happy Women's Month. So, we'll be having a Women's Month special. So, let's just go right into it so we don't waste much time, right? I don't want this video to be long. I want it to be as brief as possible yet impactful. Today we'll be talking about work-life balance. Is it a myth or a reality? Remember, it's the Women's Month special. So let's go right into it. Okay, so if someone comes to you and asks you, what exactly do you understand by work-life balance? What would you say? While you're still thinking of your response, let me tell you what I understand by work-life balance. So, work-life balance to me is the healthy equilibrium, right? The healthy balance. Let's still use the word balance. The healthy equilibrium between professional and your personal life. That is where you strike the balance between your career and your own personal life without any of them suffering, so winning at both of them. Do you understand? So let's move on. So as a woman who in today's fast-pacing world, you have your career, you have your family, you have your own personal life, and probably your own academics, right, to deal with, to handle. The question now is, how do you manage the demands of all of these aspects of your life, ensuring that all of them are given the needed attention and importance that they desire? Can we pause a bit and think about it, especially if you're a woman watching this? How do you do that? Have you asked yourself, or rather, I would say the question here right now is, how are you able to do that? Is work balance, yes, I think the right question is work balance really achievable, or is it just a myth? So remember in our topic we said that work balance, is it a myth or a reality? So is it really achievable, or is it just a myth? Let's dive into it. So in my opinion, work-life balance is achievable. It is not just a myth, or it is not a myth. Maybe then it seemed like a myth to so many people, but right now, especially in this era, in this generation, it is really achievable. Why do I say it's achievable? Because there are numerous women that we know in Nigeria, globally, that are winning in both, like their personal lives and their own career lives. You know some of them now. So mention them. You have those. So let me use my Nigerian women. You have the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. You have the Moabudu. You see all of those, your actors and your actresses. They are winning it. You see all those celebrities. We're not going to be talking about things that we don't know about, like back end, because how well can you really know most of those people? But from what we've seen, you can see that they are winning both in their career and their personal lives. And you have yourself. So let me use myself as an example. In my career, by the grace of God, I'm winning, and in my personal life too, I am. So if we have examples like this, then it really means that work-life balance is achievable. However, there are steps, there are reality checks that we need to do, and things we need to implement in order to achieve this work-life balance that we're talking about, especially for women that have different feathers, on their cap. It's really not easy. It's really not easy, but it's really achievable. So now let's just go and see the action points, the call of action, the engagement prompts, that would help us really achieve this work-life balance that we're talking about, and how our fellow women also can help us in achieving all of this. We'll be right back. All right, so there are steps or strategies that can be implemented, especially in this era, in achieving work-life balance. You can check for so many. You can interview women that you hold in high esteem, that you think are winning in both their personal lives and career, and just get some of the tips that are working for them. Right here, I'm just going to give you three that I think are general, that when implemented generally, they will help you. However, you can ask people for their personal experiences so that you add everything together and come up with yours. To thyself be true. So weigh all of this, know what works for you and implement them. So the first one I would say is prioritization and time management. And you have your career, you have your personal life. Be able to prioritize all of this and manage your time effectively. Be able to allot time. So for example, you do a 9 to 5, you know that from 8 or 9 a.m. down to 5 p.m. you're at work. Ensure that you give your best at what you do at work. When it's work time, it's work time. And after that, it's for you going back home and facing your family. Ensure that family time is family time. Except if there's like an emergency at work that needs your urgent attention, but be able to draw the line. Once I'm at work, I'm facing work, I'm doing it, or my business there. Once it's time for my family, I'm facing my family. So people even go as far as say putting events for family. So I know of people that Saturday, Sunday, you can't call them for work-related issues, or once it's past their closing time, except if it's an emergency that will affect the business drastically, or that someone is going to die. You understand that kind of emergency? Then after that, don't call them. They are focused with their family, focus on their family rather, and they do Saturdays like family time. They go out with their family, just bond. Sunday is meet. I don't know how they time it, but they just prioritize all of this and they put time in place. So yeah, if it means, so for women that cook and their families don't eat outside, I know of, okay, so practical example, like my mom then would ensure that weekends is when she makes all of her soups and everything, and she just refrigerates them so that her family is not starving when she's at work during the week. Do you understand? So basically, just prioritization and time management is one practical tip that would work in achieving this work-life balance, especially as a woman. The other one is setting boundaries and learning to say no. So I kind of merge both of them in the first point of prioritization. Learning to say no is a big thing for women, because most women, because in nature we are accommodating and empathetic, right? So it's very difficult to say no to people when people come with their burden, and you just say, okay, it's not 5 minutes, so let's assume it's past 5 o'clock that you need to go home, and then somebody comes with a work for you to do. You just put yourself with that person. What if I don't meet this deadline? Okay, let me give you 10 minutes. Let me say, as a woman, you should be able to weigh options. So aside from work, with every other thing, you cannot kill yourself. You should be able to say no to things that you know that will affect you negatively or your family. So normalize saying no respectfully, right? And set boundaries. Let everybody know that, this woman, from 9 to 5, she does her work like her life depends on it. But after it's 5 o'clock, don't come. And once they know that, they start bringing things that are work related to you during your work time. They will not want to cross their boundaries, because they know you have set that precedence and people know they'll follow. So then they know that once it's past 5 or 6, for example, you are with your family, you would not attend to work issues, except it is one that will really affect. So even to call you, you'll be scared. Then it also helps. So except, for example, you're a leader in the office, it helps your subordinates, your team members, to come up to speed. Right? So yes, learn to set boundaries and normalize saying no. Learn to say no once in a while, right? Okay. The last tip I have here, you remember I said I have 3. The last one I have here has to do with the HR of every organization. So this tip, if you know you are a human resource practitioner, this tip is for you. You need to help others also have this work-life balance, achieve this work-life balance we are talking about. So HRs, this tip is for you. Leverage HR policies. Ensure that you put policies that would help your employee achieve this work-life balance. Those policies like flexible work hours, when the need for remote work is there, please come up with it. Let people have that time to be able to work remotely so they are more productive, and as individuals they are winning. So parental leave like maternity leave, paternity leaves, encourage staff to go on leave, encourage them to take their annual leaves. Yes, I know many might want to get their leave encashment, like to be paid for and then just walk all through. No, encourage them. They should go, they need the rest. So all of these policies, please HR, ensure that you put these policies in place and let employee understand the importance. So in rounding up this video, this is a call of action to all human resource practitioners. So if you are in this field, here is how you can help in supporting women achieve the work-life balance that they so need. Now I won't say they desire, because they need it, right, in order to be effective and productive. These are some of the ways you can you could help them by mediating with the organization to ensure that all of these are in place. As you're a human resource practitioner and you are in the middle looking out for the good of your staff and the organization, so you'll be able to place that balance. So some of the ways you can help foster a supportive environment for your staff in terms of work-life balance is one, flexible work arrangements. Work arrangement should be flexible. So you should be able to sniff when you see that an employee is working overtime, not really having time for other things. Do you understand? You should be able to sniff and call that person, advise, if possible, put policies that will help the employee. Then also have what we call EAP, Employee Assistance Program. Employee Assistance Program is needed, so human resource practitioner, ensure that you have that program, because it helps you with your wellness initiative. It helps you know the mental health state of your employees. It's just an opportunity where you have employees hear out their views, they express themselves, know how they are faring at every point in time. So you could do this monthly, monthly might be too much. You could do this quarterly or half year, where you have a professional psychologist, just outsource it basically, because there are little information like that staff might want to release to you as a human resource practitioner, except if you are a professional in that field as well, because I know there are people that double up on that. Yes, but if not, you can engage a professional, pay them for their services and get the result. With that, you can work with the result to create wellness initiative, wellness programs. You can do this in alignment with your health management organizations as the HMOs. Just come up with something that will help the employee know that you're basically concerned about their lives, their own personal lives, their health status, and with that, they themselves will become conscious. So indirectly, you're also enforcing work-life balance. Yes, ensure you do. I will mention flexible work arrangement. Please ensure all of this, and you'll find out that you will bring out the best in your employees. They will give their 100%. You have a healthy work environment and happy staff, and all of this will result to higher productivity. Yes, HR, so you have a whole lot to do. Well, I said I don't want this video to be long, so this way I draw the curtain for this edition of work-life balance. like I said, this is the women's edition, the women's month edition. So yeah, thank you very much. If you're here, you're watching this, you've been following this channel, I have not brought 1 or 2 people to subscribe, please do that. Let us grow. Subscribe, share, let people learn. You can see all we're doing here is just rubbing minds, speaking from the heart. No notebooks, nothing. We'll just top of our head. So let's relate, let's rub minds. Please comment. Yes, that is comment. So I want your comment on this. So yes, you've heard my thoughts on the work-life balance, and like I said, we'll still continue on the larger scale. This is just to celebrate all the amazing women killing it at both their personal lives, yes, and professionally. My question now for you, which I need a response in the comment section, I beg respond, is: do you think work-life balance is achievable, or do you think it is just a myth? Please, let's get your thoughts. Yeah, let's rub mine, so that in the next video that we're talking about work-life balance, we'll discuss it totally, right? Yeah, thank you for sticking with me. God bless you. See you in the next video. Maybe the next video will be lifestyle, because this channel is both for career and lifestyle, and I've spoken more about career. Now you will see how to have fun as an employee. Work-life balance. Maybe I'll do a practical one for you guys. I'll think about it. But see you.